Hi, I'm going to show you how to run replicate jobs on the Bianca HPC cluster, although it works on RACam just as well, which is part of the Bianca intermediate workshop we give at UpMax. And the goal of this session is to practice using the UpMax documentation, so we'll be reading the documentation a bit, and then we schedule a job that has replicates. So why would you want to use this? Well, imagine you have a simulation that uses randomness and you want to run it 1,000 times. How would you do that? So you want to run the same simulation 1,000 times to get an idea about the distribution of some values. How would you do that? So we'll be using some kind of toy simulation. The script will call it run simulation. It looks like this. It's a very simple script. It simulates a dice throw. So here a dice is thrown, which has a value from 1, 2 and including 6. And this writes it to a file called results_$1.txt. And this $1 is a value the simulation gets, for example a 0, and then we'll write to a file called results_0.txt. So it's a replicate number, for example. Yeah, sure, this is a toy simulation instead of a real simulation, but it's about doing replicate jobs, not doing replicate jobs using simulations that actually last longer than an hour. There are two ways, there are probably more, but there are the methods I want to discuss how to run replicate jobs are these. You can use Slurm job arrays, that is the one we'll be focusing on, but you can also use a bash script in a for loop. If you use a Slurm job array, then Slurm does the replication for you. You can combine it with other jobs, with job dependency and all, so it's more friendlier to the Slurm ecosystem around it. If you want to use a bash script that has a for loop in it, you need to do all the communication with Slurm yourself. So that may be sometimes good enough. In our case it will be equally fine, but for more complex job setups you probably want to use Slurm job arrays. So if you want to use bash, it looks something like this. This is the complete bash script. So you submit to the bash script on this account the file called runsimulation.sha $I, and I is the index, and here we see a for loop that makes I go from 0 to and including 10, and it will submit 10 or 11 batch jobs, and you can then run it exactly like this, because this is not a very tough piece of code. It submits most of the jobs for you and that's it. That's one way to do it. You can also use a job array, which then the thing you'll be submitting looks like this. It is a bash script and has this magic sbatch comment at the start, where it specifies it's a job array going from 0 to and including 10. And then for each element in the array, it calls run simulation with the index of it in the job array. So these two things do more or less, they achieve the same purpose. You can run this script by using sbatch-a, your account number, and then the name of the file. So let's take a look at the exercises. We're gonna run a replicate job using Slurm job array to double check if Bianca is up already. Yeah, Bianca is up and she's working fine. And for that we need to create the script run simulation. That one I'll just go take a look. I'll just copy paste them. So I found them here, copy. So I just download the file and I'm gonna go to Bianca. I'm gonna make a folder called what's it called, replicate jobs. I'm gonna cd replicate jobs. And there I'm going to create a file called, what's it called, run simulation, sure, run simulation. There, I'm going to edit it, paste my text, save, exit, enter, exit, and I'm going to make it executable, just that I know it is executable. I'm not sure if it needs to be executable, but well. Create the script submit runs using a job array. Let's take a look. So here I download it, I open it on my local computer, and then I copy paste this text to Bianca. What was it called again? It was a long submit runs using job array. Submit runs using job array. Yeah, using a job array, so singular. Text in here, save, exit, enter, yes, and I make it executable because submit the script. Submit runs using job arrays. So just to recap, we cannot directly run that script because it assumes it's run by Slurm. I'm going to do it anyways to see what happens. All right, bash. Oh, I can use, of course, use /. There, something happens. Let's take a look. We see we see result underscore nothing dot text. So it has run for, well, an empty value of this and then create that thing. So technically it did something, but not very useful. If it do as a batch that thing, it will give an error because I need to specify the user. And I know this user is -a and then the project number. I'll take a look where this is. Cat project. This is my local computer. There is the project number. Let's copy paste it over. There, project number. And now it's submitted to the queue. Let's take a look what's in my queue. So we see that we suddenly have 10 jobs, 11 jobs, because we have 0, 2 and including 10. And they have they have a job ID and an index added. And they're now all running. I assume they're now done. No, they're waiting for something to happen, I guess. So I did that. Next exercise. Well, we've just showed the queue. We've seen that there are 11 files being created. Now we're going to use the script submit runs using bash. Let's take a look. I'm going to download that script locally. I get it on Bianca by copy pasting it there. I have it in my clipboard. Nano submit jobs using bash. There, paste. So there's a problem here with the account, of course. Let's add it later there. But I'm going to save it already. Where's the account? This is the account number. Let's copy paste it. Put it in here. There. This is a mighty fine bash script. Back to the exercise. Create the script. Run it. Well, to run it we need to make it executable. Chmod there. Running bash. And I'm running it. And then it will submit the jobs for us. There. We can take a look now at the queue again. So you'd see that these things are still waiting for some reason. And here we have the jobs given by as batch. In the for loop, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 jobs too. So the for loop indeed went from 0 to and including 10. Yeah, now one day this will start running. That means I've just shown you how to run replicate jobs on Bianca, but it also works on Rackham. Leaves me no other thing to do than to wish you a very good day. Bye!